Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's the Pre-Avengers here, guys, and we have our November mid-month update review. Hopefully not the only update, but I'll get into that later and in a separate video. Anyways, guys, today we're talking about the sort of veterans update is what everyone's calling it, with Captain America and Punisher. Both of them getting brand new uniforms, and they're already 50% off. So that is a good thing to know if you did not know. Black Friday will still be coming around soon, and exactly the 22nd, I think, is when these sales will start, where all uniforms are 50% off. So if you do not get them right now, it is okay. They will be 50% off when the Black Friday deals come out. So, anyways, their uniform options are also on sale here. Hemdow, Elektra, Black Widow, America Chavez, and Captain Britain. There's also a couple more, but I believe I already own them, and that's why they're not coming up. There's also Scarlet Witch, Ebony Maw, and Daredevil. Some decent options here. I'm not 100% sure with them all on who they are on, but they're pretty decent. None of these uniforms are terrible except for maybe the Scarlet Witch one. But anyways, let's get into this update, guys. So let's first check out the brand new Tier 4 Captain America. So now this guy has enough uniforms to fill up a whole closet, guys. But I'll tell you, with the changes they gave to him, I'm pretty happy they did it. He looks great, and his skills are even better. So let's get straight into it. Let's just get our VFX on because you want to see these skills, guys. So first of all, we got some pretty iconic ones here with the first skill, hitting shields around, and it just keeps circling back and hitting over. And here we got his second skill where he pounds right into the enemy and slams the shield down the ground. Another very iconic Captain America skill. Then his third skill, he blocks it, he goes on the defensive, and then he strikes once it's ready. Then his fourth skill, guys, my favorite skill of them all. Tony Stark comes in and shoots his shield, and it blasts everywhere. Just like in the first Avengers, if you remember that scene where they're on the bridge and Iron Man blasts his laser right at Cap's shield? Exact same thing, but even more extreme, even more damage. And his fifth skill here, he pounds to the ground and screams something. And then you see his Captain Shield emblem on the bottom. As far as his tier 3 skill, guys, it even got a change, which is surprising for level 80s. Not all their tier 3s got changed, but with Captain America, his tier 3 has been needing a change for a long time. So if you remember before, it was just this one single charge that would just charge right at the enemies. But now, guys, here is his tier 3. Not only does he have one charge, he has two, three charges, and a fourth charge that goes absolutely bonkers. And that, guys, is where you get all of your damage. As far as his tier 4 skill, it's pretty generic. He gets a little buff around him looking thing with the red and whatnot. I believe it is pretty good, though. We'll have to see some testing on it later on because not many people have him at tier 4, if any, so far. But his tier 3 scale, guys, I can't get over it. It looks great. He pounds one way, the other way. And then this is where you get all your damage, right there. That third strike there, you get tons of damage. Let's see if we can get a better angle here. Strikes him, and then right here, this fourth one, sorry, that's where you get all the damage, and you can even control it as a V-pad now. So let's say I'm hitting these guys, but I want to hit these guys in the back over here. I can switch directions, which is pretty cool. You won't need it much for World Boss Legend, but for other game modes, it might come in pretty handy. Now, there is a lot of combat tier 4s, so the question is, can he compete with Namor and with Venom? And the answer is yes. From all the testings that have gone so far, just at level 80 and even at level 70, he is great. He can definitely compete with them, and we'll have to wait and see if he can beat them, if he can outdamage them. But this buff, guys, with this uniform is insane. They give him a top to bottom re. The only reason why I'm not buying Captain America's uniform right now is one, I do not have him at tier 3, so I can't show you guys tier 3 cap yet. I'm waiting on the tier 3 selector that we get from Black Friday, and I'll use it on him. The other reason is because during Black Friday, there's a crystal spending event where we get rewards for spending crystals. And as you can see at the top right, I have 4,800 left, or not left, sorry, saved up. So I don't want to spend them all right now when I could save some and spend it on Black Friday for the same price for Captain America and get some additional rewards for spending about 4,000 crystals. So for now, we're not going to buy it, but if that wasn't the case, I would definitely be buying it right now. So this is not saying that he's bad or not. He is an amazing character. Now let's look at Punisher. There hasn't been any good reviews on Punisher so far, but his skills do look pretty cool. But I'll tell you guys, I'm definitely passing because I do not have him upgraded, and I've heard a lot of bad things, unfortunately, about Punisher. And there's just too many combat tier 3s and tier 4s he has to compete with, and he can't really do much in PvE or PvP at the moment. But we can still check him out. He still looks really cool. He has a blade now. His hitting is a little slow there. I didn't see that before, but his other skills are really quick and cool. He does a lot of slashing. Reminds me a lot of Blade. This third skill looks even cooler if I turn on the actually FSSV. It should be on actually. Why is the VFX not on this skill? Whatever. Anyways, he basically charges up the sword and then slashes. Maybe it's his fourth skill I'm thinking of. Yes, it is. So he slashes his sword. His eyes turn red. And you see his emblem here and his eyes continue to stay red, and it follows you as you move around. I thought that was an awesome add to his skills. His fifth skill does a lot of slashing. It looks awesome. His tier 3 is the coolest looking here. He drops a bomb, he slashes around, and there's this giant skull that forms at the top eventually. Sometimes it's hard to see, sometimes it's a lot better to see. There you go, you can see it right there at the very end. It's a lot easier to see on World Boss Legend, but it is awesome. But like I told you guys, this is definitely a pass uniform. Unless he gets buffed, right now he is just not good enough, especially when he has to compete with people like Juggernaut, Carnage, Venom, Moon Knight, now Namor, and Captain America, and even Titania. There's just too many combats, guys, and he's just not good enough for any of those spots, unfortunately. But he has amazing skills. So if you're just looking, if you're a whale and you just want some new stuff, then obviously you'd buy him to get some new looks, that's some new skills. But otherwise, guys, he's a pass. Now let's talk about the two other major things they did during this update. So we went over Cap, we went over Punisher. Those are the two major uniforms. You're probably thinking, what else can we even talk about? But there are two major things we do need to talk about. Black Bolt, guys. I'm sure you noticed as soon as I logged into the uniforms here, I kind of skipped over him, didn't say anything, but it is major. They buffed his tier 4 skill, guys, and they decided, as I guess a way of saying sorry, they put him back on sale. Normally, these holiday themed uniforms would only be on sale during their holiday, so you'd only be able to buy this uniform during Halloween. They're giving us a second chance to buy him, even though it's not on sale. They're giving us another chance to buy him now that they fixed his tier 4 after trying to fix Hulk and then breaking Hulk and then breaking him. So, yeah, it was a bunch of turn of events. But basically, they changed his tier 4 back to now he gets additional pierce damage to his tier 4 skill. I believe that is if the only or one of the only tier 4 skills that give you additional pierce damage. So for people who have low pierce, that is great. He is performing at 25% pierce for some people. If you have 18% pierce and you have Black Bolt and you pop his tier 4 skill, he's going to have buffs like if he has 25% pierce. Now, if you have 25% pierce, that pierce does not stack, so your pierce will just stay the same, and you won't see too much of a difference. You might see a little bit of a difference, but because the pierce doesn't stack, unfortunately, you don't see much of a change. But for players like me who don't have 25% pierce, that is amazing. He'll will dominate in World Boss and in GBR. It'll be great. Now, the only thing is, the only reason why I'm personally not doing this is because there are 6 other uniforms now. That I would like to purchase, and now I'm adding a 7th, and I want to buy them all during Black Friday, and I have pretty much just enough crystals. I just need to save a little bit more till Black Friday, and I could get all these uniforms. Or I could buy back Black Bolts for 1,700 crystals, not on sale. It won't be on sale till next Halloween, which is unfortunate, but if I did that, I'd be losing my value in at least 3 of these characters. I would lose my value in a support from Shuri, She-Hulk, and Titania, who can all also do damage, plus just a support from Taskmaster. Then I'd also be losing the insane damage I could be getting from Namor, Venom, and Captain America. I will get into Namor in a separate video. I got some big news for you guys there as well, as far as my account growing goes. So yeah, guys, that is why I'm skipping on Black Bolt. But I personally would tell anyone else, unless they have the same plan as me, you have so many characters, you've been saving crystals, and you know that all their uniforms combined will give you more value than Black Bolts, then of course, do not buy Black Bolt. But if you have no idea what you're doing this Black Friday and you just have Crystal sitting there, buy Black Bolt. Get him to tier 4 and he will do crazy amount of stuff for you. That's the other reason why I wanted to skip on him, is because I already have a tier 4 universal and I wanted to go into getting a single type of tier 4 for every single type so that I can really climb in World Boss and do well every single day of GBR. If I buy Black Bolt, I will be only setting myself back. Yes, he will do great in World Boss, but there is no requirements in World Boss that is just a human, so I can always use Thor. So for those reasons, I'm skipping on Black Bolt, but I suggest you guys do buy this uniform. You have less than a week left to buy these, to buy him specifically. The rest of these uniforms you will get 50% off during Black Friday. Now, the only other thing we gotta talk about for this update is that they finally fixed the reforged CTP of Rage, which is good news for you guys. Whales, I'm definitely not a whale, so I do not have enough Rages to even put them on characters that I want. I believe I only have a total of 2 Rages here, and so for me, it doesn't affect me that much, but it is great to hear from Whales and to look forward to a future of where I can reforge a Rage and I will get some decent reward coming back from doing that. So basically, they finally fixed it. Apparently, in GBR, you're getting much better runs. In World Boss, it's not as effective, which makes sense because GBR is where rages really matter. But yeah, basically, they finally fixed the rage. They finally fixed Black Bolt. And apparently, there might be some testing showing that they fixed Hulk. That is still pending, though. If they do, I might post a YouTube short about it just to let you guys know. But from the testing that I've heard, they've fixed his tier 4 skill as well. Because, like I said, they broke his tier 4 skill, also breaking Black Bolt's tier 4 skill, which is unfortunate. But now they fixed Black Bolt, made him even better than before potentially, and gave people the option to buy him again. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for the Veterans Day quote unquote update. Major things you need to know is buy Cap's uniform. You can wait till Black Friday though for the Crystal event spending. That's what I'm gonna do. Skip Punisher unless he gets buffed. Take the opportunity of buying Black Bolt if you don't know what you're doing for Black Friday. And Reforged CTP of Rage works. So if you're into that kind of stuff, go ahead and go reforge it. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for my review. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. We got a couple videos coming out of Marvel Future Fight, and I will be out for a little bit, but I have videos already planned for you guys to come out. So we'll still have content coming out, plenty for you guys, and if we have to, we will do some recording even when I'm out to stay up to date with everything and give you guys the videos you need. Anyways, like I said, that'll do it for the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.